Hola. Hey, Bitsy Loo Hoo. How are you? Where's my Reese? Reese, where you at, baby? Come see Nay. Come see Nay. I blow you sugars. Mwah. Hmm. Can you hear me? You should be able to hear me. Reese, I just love you, my darling. Mwah. Not sure. There she is. There she blows. Okay, good. I tried to make sure I turned my mic on before I got in here. Hey, Princess, you're supposed to be asleep. Why aren't you asleep? You were asleep last night when I started this. We're just going to pick up with the music we had on last night and just start there. Ooh, but I got to turn on from here and on. I need a new one. I look like I took a nap, but I just got bedhead because I didn't take a shower this morning. I'll take a shower when I get up from this so I can have it fresh because tomorrow we won't be able to possibly not have water. Nina's on vacation. Nina's on vacation. Do da, do da. Was it a bad picture or was it a cover? Bainer, Bainer. That feels like a bad picture when they won't even let you post on Messenger. I figured it was probably her book cover. Hey, Miss Pebble. Nina needs to be punished. I am doing okay today. I do have a bone to pick with you, Miss Pebbles. You need to take this cold weather shit, and shove it back up somebody's ass up there because I don't want it down here. I live in Georgia for a reason, not because of that. Part of it's because I don't like cold weather. Oh, no, 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 no. For starters, we're getting snow, but not anything, just enough to make a mess. We got that flash freeze thing going on in the morning. And I'm on well water, so if the power goes out, I don't have water. What is this? I didn't tell you. I am hibernating for the next 4 days. It's not supposed to get out of freezing until Tuesday. Hey, Miss Billy. Figured you were froze up too. I didn't say hey Google. I said hey Miss Billy. Oh, I didn't say hey Bixby either. No. Y'all about ready? Am I going to have an author tonight? Is Miss Riley going to be here? Cause yes, you guys take pictures for Nina. My snow ain't nothing. My snow is just a tease. It's not even enough to waste time for me to even crawl out from under the covers. Who the crap thinks I'm gonna crawl out from under the covers? Do you see this that I have on? Let me show you what it is. This is what this is. This is a hood. This is a hood. These are sleeves. This is what I'm going to be in for the next 4 days. Woo! Nina, you cray cray. You cray cray, bitch. All right. That turn down a notch. Let's get over to the book and let's get started reading. Y'all ready for some bad news by Miss Riley Rae? This book includes talk and description of drug and alcohol use. Discretion is advised. Oh, I see who this Riley Rae is. This is my girl. She's gonna like to have a little talk. Where's she at? She's probably freezing to death too. She's over in Maryland, Jersey, somewhere through there. All right. Chapter 1. Ella. I'm invisible. I've been a good girl all my life. I've returned my books to the library on time. I've never gotten a speeding ticket. Never stolen Wi-Fi from the neighbors. I'm a good girl, and I think the cosmos should reward me for that. Right now. My request is to become invisible. Ella, stop pressing buttons. You're going to blow it up, Omar says and backs away from me. A look I can only describe as terror on his face. Everyone is staring at me. Apparently, the cosmos isn't taking requests at this moment. A loud beeping continues and a cold sweat erupts on my brow. My clammy fingers slide across the worn plastic buttons on the only functional color printer on the floor. The one that presently sounds like a dying alarm clock. Stop! 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 I demand, but the printer just continues to spit out page after page, even though they're all getting jammed in the top rollers. A small wisp of smoke billows up from the machine, and more of my colleagues, the backstabbing good-for-nothing lot of them, move even further away. What the hell is all that racket? Sam opens the door to his office and looks out into the writer's pool. No, God, make me invisible. Just make me invisible. I whisper to myself as I continue to jab on the light pink button labeled cancel. Sam's footsteps feel like a rhino charging in my direction. Shoot. I do the only thing I can think of. Break it. I open one of the drawers on the printer and yank on the cartridges, hoping the stupid machine will get the damn hint and stop. It did not. It did not. Instead, an arc of yellow ink comes pulsing up like a geyser, landing spectacularly on my shirt like abstract art. What the hell are you doing? Sam pushes the printer away from the wall and pulls the plug out of the socket, causing the printer to shut down immediately. Oh, now you want to do what you're told. After all the encouraging words I've given you over the years, all the paper refills and ink cleanings, traitor. The printer continues to smoke slightly while yellow ink bleeds down the front of the machine onto the carpet. I press a hand to my chest, leaving a long trail of color from my breast down to my stomach. I look down on the ground at the mess of papers and ink, only to see a pair of large, worn-in brown penny loafers come into my view. My cheeks are so hot, I feel like there's a five-alarm fire going on in my face. I'm surprised my face isn't glowing with how embarrassed I am. If I stand very still, maybe he won't be able to see me. I send up one final wish in hopes that now will be the Ella, I need to see you in my office, please. Sam barks out. Crap on a short stick. Sure, Sam. Give me a second. Let me clean this up. Maybe you want to see me at the end of the day? I try to get out of this meeting the same way I get out of most things. Avoidance. No, clean this up now and come to my office. I'll be waiting, he says, turning on his slanted heels. My head jerks up and I watch his back as he walks to his office. The wrinkles in his ugly blue-green plaid shirt let me know that they aren't from sitting in a chair too long. That shirt has never seen an iron. Are you okay? Larry comes over with a huge wad of paper towels. I grab some of the absorbent towels out of his hands and start cleaning up the mess I made. He's going to have to talk. I don't think I'm ready for the talk. He's going to have the talk. The talk. I don't think I'm ready for the talk. I've spent my whole life trying to avoid this damn talk. I complain as the two of us get to work cleaning up. He chuckles like I'm telling a joke, but nothing about this situation is funny. I'm about to get canned for the very first time in my life, all because of a stupid prehistoric copier. I don't know what I'll do if he fires me. Not only because finding work at an actual physical newspaper is as hard as getting heels. Wait a minute. Try that again. Not only because finding work at an actual physical newspaper is as hard as getting high heels on a pig, but because working for this newspaper is the only way I can get my fix and remain anonymous. When I was younger, I was the epitome of a fly on the wall. I wanted to know all the spicy gossip and interesting news that went on in my neighborhood. I interviewed classmates and neighbors. Secrets were unheard of to me. If there was information, I was going to get it. My research and notebooks didn't leave much room for friends, but that was okay. I didn't need any. I had my pencil and pad. It wasn't until my sophomore year in high school when I published an article about Macy Lynn, the long-standing popular girl, that I learned the repercussions of sharing everything. I caught her shopping at a second-hand store 2 towns over. It was quite the scandal in the halls of our small high school. I had thought it was a great article, but she thought it was an attack on her status. Either way, I wore a target on my back the rest of my time in high school. No one wanted to talk to me in fear that I would spill all their secrets, and the bullying ramped up big time. None of that stopped me from sticking my nose where it shouldn't be. Being nosy is my vice, and I'll do anything to scratch that itch. As long as I don't get beat up for it anymore. This is why I need my job here at the Nova Tribune. Larry and I clean up the mess as slow as possible, but it's not slow enough. I walk at a snail's pace into Sam's office. Ella, have a seat. He motions to the chair right in front of me. I'm sorry about the printer. I didn't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Just started going haywire. If anything, it's a good thing that it broke when it did. Think about it. Something that temperamental could have been a real danger to the rest of the employees. Sorry, got my hands wrapped up. Sam puts his hand up. I stop talking right along with stop breathing as I wait for him to say whatever he is going to say. I'm not concerned about the printer. What I'm concerned about is your output. Say what now? My output? I don't understand. I submit more articles than half of the entire writers pool. My stuff is always on point and fresh. And boring. We're a newspaper trying to survive in an internet world. People nowadays aren't looking for facts about tainted water. They want to know what shoes Kim Kardashian is wearing or who Ashlyn's face is dating. Those are the types of stories we need. Murphy and Esther are giving me great pieces. That's what we need to be running. This is crazy. He can't be serious. Their pieces are all fluff, filled with speculation and hearsay. That's not real journalism. That's the makings of a gossip rag. Are you calling my paper a gossip rag? He leans back in his chair and glares at me. Suddenly, I feel like a little girl instead of the 25-year-old journalist that I am. No, sir, I would never. Look, you know we're on the edge right now. We need to pull in more readers or we're going to sink. He leans forward on the desk, folds his hands, and sighs a big breath. I'm sorry to say this since you've been with us for a while now, but if I don't start seeing something earth-shattering from you, and I mean right away, I'm going to have to let you go. Wait, what? You're going to fire me if I don't start publishing articles about celebrities? I can feel my eyes beginning to water. Ella, you're a smart girl. Dedicated and relentless. That's one of the main reasons I kept you on for so long. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. You'll get me something spectacular. I have all the faith in the world. He pulls out his iPad and pen, and I've been dismissed. Yes, sir. I nod and stand from my chair. I walk out of his office without another word. If my student loans and zero saving balance weren't a factor, I'd have told Sam to shove his assignment up his sloppy rear end. I'm a damn good reporter. One of the best he's got. Problem is, now I'm going to have to pull out my bag of tricks in order to keep my job. This is going to be a challenge for sure, but I was born to be a journalist, and he's about to find out why. Thank you, Miss Vincy. Chapter 2, Percy. Tag it. Record profits. For the third year now in a row since I've taken over as CEO of Snow Chronicle. Who the? Right? I don't like four-letter words that start with S that don't end in hit. Hate Snow. Taken over as CEO of Snow Chronicles and publishing, I've managed to reach record profits. So why does it feel like it's not enough? Percy, did you hear me? Greg leans forward slightly. One eyebrow is cocked higher than the other. Excuse me. Nina, that's how you sneeze. Clean out them sinuses. Woo. Percy, did you hear me? Greg leans forward slightly. One eyebrow is cocked higher than the other, and his head tilts slightly to the side. Yes, that's great news. What about distribution? That was a small drop right after state elections, but the trend is going back up. We'll have those customers back in no time and more. Greg leans back in the chair with a pleased smile on his face. Of course, I'm pleased as well. Except part of me wonders what we're going to have to do in order to maintain this outcome. The Snow Chronicle is one of the only physical newspapers in the country that is still doing well. Actually, according to the numbers Greg just gave me, one of the only ones prospering. We've managed to do this because the community trusts us to give them unbiased news and up-to-date information. It was my father's vision, and now that it's been passed on to me, the responsibility to keep that vision alive falls squarely on my shoulders. It's a heavy burden, but I was groomed to hold it my entire life. So what's the plan? You know we have to celebrate. Wait a minute. So what's the plan? You know we have to celebrate. I'm thinking a trip to Bermuda, see us with a bunch of sexy ladies and barely anything, a drink in our hands. You know, really kick back. Greg entwines his fingers behind his head while he stretches out in the butter leather office chair that's placed strategically on the other side of my desk. I shake my head at Greg and get up from my seat. Greg is the closest thing I have to a friend in this life. He doesn't know very much about me, but we do socialize outside of work from time to time for a beer or to watch a baseball game. You're getting ahead of yourself, Greg. I don't have the time to chase after women. Just because we have good numbers now doesn't mean they won't drop. Greg pushes himself out of the chair and walks over to the floor-to-ceiling windows. The one thing about being the CEO, the office is spectacular. Percy, if all you're focused on is the bad that could happen, what's the point? I mean, we just had a killer quarter. Don't you think a small little huzzah is in order? I lean back and stare out of my skylight. Huzzah? Huzzah? I guess he's right. I should celebrate, even if it's only a little bit. You're right. Let's celebrate. I say and get out of my chair. Fuck yeah, finally. Greg rubs his hands together in excitement. I walk over to the full wall bookcase and open the oak case my father left in the office. It has some of the best cigars I've ever tasted, and I'm not a smoker. You've got to be kidding me. This is your celebration? Greg walks up behind me and watches me getting the cigar ready. It's the little things in life that mean the most to me. You know that. I shrug and pour myself a small tumbler of brandy to go along with the cigar. Ring the front desk and let Christina know to disable the smoke alarms up here for the time being. I walk back over to my desk and relax into the butter leather chair. I can't stand you sometimes, you know that? Greg walks over to the door with a stupid grin on his face. You can't stand me, huh? Well, I guess you don't want the company-wide bonus I'm about to issue. I sigh as I puff out the sweet, smooth smoke. Bonus? He stops at the door, turning to look at me and giving me the most disingenuous smile I've ever seen. I hate when big words break up at the end and I gotta try to figure out what I'm reading. You know I've never told you how much I look up to you. Shut the hell up and go and get out of here. I wave my hand and he laughs as he walks out the door. I lean back and take a few minutes to let my mind quiet down. Running an empire made out of paper mache is hard. One bad storm and we could be washed away along with all the other newspapers that were dying out. Peace is the only real celebration that I need or want. My family has been wealthy since my great-great-grandfather, so there's not much that I don't have except for peace of mind. There's no vacation or new car that would give me the peace of mind that knowing my company is doing well. I look up through my skylight and watch as the clouds pass by, quiet and peaceful. A loud buzz rips me out of my place of zen. I sit up and lay the cigar on the edge of my desk. When I pull my phone out of my pocket and read who the text message is from, I know the few minutes of peace I just had will be the last for a while. Damn it! I groan and open up the message to see exactly what it says. It's from Ian, my brother. I'll tell you a little secret. It's written by Ray B. Lake under an alias Riley Rae. Just saying. My girl. I groan and open up the message to see exactly what it says. It's from Ian, my brother. The one no one but my mother and father know about. Anyone outside of us found out about him, it would be just the scandal to light the fuse that could bring our empire down. Ian, bro, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Me, what are you talking about? Be specific. Ian, I'm in trouble. I made some bets. I need you. As much as I know he's sick, sometimes I wish I'd never met Ian. It's like taking care of a fucking kid. He's an alcoholic, and even though he's gotten clean several times, I can always count on him to find a way to get into trouble. Now it's underground card games in order to get his fix. Either way, he's my kid brother, and I can't let them hurt him. Me, where are you? Ian, meet me at Keg Gardens. Bring cash. I toss my phone on the desk and snuff out the cigar that I'd left smoking on the edge of my desk. I guess today is no time for celebrations. Instead, I'm going to have to bail my brother out of whatever situation he's gotten himself into this time. Chapter 3, Ella. I can't believe Madison ditched us! Carrie screams out over the loud chatter of people. Keg Gardens is the only place in town where you can drink outside, technically. They have a large open area lined with picnic tables. Always starts out as a nice relaxing spot for the after work crowd, but by midnight it becomes a huge party. It's a lot of fun. Of course she ditched us. She just got a new man. I shrugged as I nursed the beer Carrie had made me buy. She had dragged me out of my small apartment after I called her crying about the predicament I'm in. I thought long and hard about how I'm going to complete the task Sam had put in front of me. Change these glasses, y'all. Oh, did I mention this book is free on KU? I thought long and hard about how I'm going to complete the task Sam had put in front of me. It's just not possible. I'd never just make up a story and write. Now that is what I feel like he's trying to make me do. It's not like the other reporters in the I'm not like the other reporters in the pool. I want the facts, the hard truths that make people think. That's what gets me excited to come to work every day. Finding out which celebrity is cheating on their diet isn't real news to me. I can't force myself to do it. Still, this is more fun than sitting at home with some dude. Carrie downs the rest of her margarita. I raise my eyebrow and just stare at her, waiting until she admits the truth to herself. Chia, you're right. I miss Dick, she groans. I laugh loudly, throwing my head back in the process. The world doesn't move as fast as my head does, and I have to hold on to the edge of the table until everything sinks up. Whoa, that's freaky, I mutter. Nope, no tapping out tonight. We're going to drink until neither one of us remembers our problems. Her being single and me about to lose my dream job. When I agreed to this plan, when I agreed to this plan earlier, I didn't think it had meant we would be willingly giving ourselves alcohol poisoning. But apparently, that's exactly what's happening. I'm not tapping out. I'm no quitter. I say, trying to make my voice sound scarier than it is. Instead, all that comes out is a slightly slurred statement. I get up and go to the bar to get my round of shots and beers. The floor wobbles more than I think it should. I'm a few drinks away from being shit faced. I know it, but that doesn't mean I want to stop. The bar itself is swamped with other patrons trying to do the same exact thing I am. I'm too small to be seen over anyone, so I have to find a hole. I want to place my order. My head swims again as I look down the long line of people. This is the last round. I swear it. A man in a dark suit jacket stands off to the side of the bar, clearly waiting to be served as well. But there's a small slice of space that I can squeeze into if I try. My ass rubs against the man in the dark suit jacket, and my skin tingles at the contact. Suddenly, the conversation I had with Carrie earlier in the night about our lack of penile entertainment surges to the front of my mind. Pardon me, the man grumbles out behind me. I turn my head slightly and give him a tight nod as if it weren't me that just invaded his space. I inhale through my nose and I get the slightest whiff of pencil shavings and a thunderstorm. Oh, crops! This man smells like my wet dream come to life. I turn my head just a bit, but not enough for him to realize I'm trying to check him out. He's tall, even though I'm standing on the footrest of the bar, my head barely reaches his chin. He's clean shaven, and his hair is perfectly combed away from his face. His chest is wide and his arms fill out the suit jacket, letting me know that he's built well underneath the fabric. What do you need? The bartender comes up to both of us. Can I have 2 shots and 2 Sam Adams? I say as loud as I can. He nods and looks over my shoulder to the man. I'll have a whiskey neat. I should have known he'd order something like that. Sexy, sophisticated, and did I mention sexy? Nothing like the immature boys occupying this space tonight. The bartender nods his head and walks off to get our drinks. I look up into the mirror behind the bar and find that Mr. Tall and Sophisticated is staring at me as I check him out. I'm stopped short by some of the greenest eyes I've ever seen on a human being that I didn't see on a fantasy program. Someone ripped you off a magazine cover. Excuse me? His deep voice responds, and I watch the mirror in horror as my face turns cherry red. I said that out loud. Of course I did. I clear my throat and look away. These drinks are getting to me way more than I thought they were. The man behind me doesn't say another word, and I feel myself slanting further and further back, trying to get another smell of the gorgeous man behind me. 2 shots and Sam Adams, the bartender says as he makes his way back over with my drinks. I pull out my card and hand it to the bartender. I hold the 2 beers in one hand and the 2 shots sit on the bar top, waiting for me to pick them up. I unintentionally look back into the mirror, only to find the guy behind me looking down, I'm assuming, into his phone. He's gorgeous. Exactly the type of guy that would never look twice at me. I tilt my head slightly, trying to commit his face to memory. Something about him seems vaguely familiar, but in my intoxicated state, I don't have the brain power to piece together where I might have seen him. Suddenly, his eyes jump up to the mirror, and I'm caught again ogling him. This time, I don't look away. Fuck it. If everything else in my life is going to shit, at least I can end tonight on a good note. I've never had a one-night stand, but I'm not opposed to it. One of his eyebrows hitches up slowly as he holds my gaze in the mirror. I watch as he slowly there we go. One of his eyebrows hitches up slowly as he holds my gaze in the mirror. I watch as he slowly leans down to whisper in my ear. He's going to ask me to go back to his place. I know it. Yes, yes, yes! Your card was declined, he says softly. I nod my head until my brain realizes exactly what he just said. Declined? My eyes snap to the bartender who is standing in front of me, clearly annoyed that I'm not responding to him. What's the problem? I lean further across the bar, trying to hear what the bartender is saying, and also show the new star of my fantasies just what 3 days a week worth of a Zumba class will do to a booty. Your card isn't working. Do you have another I can use? I shake my head and push the card back to him silently. That's impossible. Try it again, please. The bartender sighs and rolls his eyes as he turns and presses a few buttons on his console before he swaps my card again. I see the large red notification pop up on the screen before he can turn around to tell me, this is impossible. I got paid today. Did I get paid? I know things are rough right now for the paper, but I didn't think they went bankrupt overnight. Did they? What the hell am I going to do? I'm going to have to get Carrie over here to pay this bill. How the hell can I be broke already? I feel a gust of wind over my head and the bartender reaches up. He comes back down with the black card to the man behind me. I'll pay for her drinks and my own. I shiver slightly and press my thighs together at the sound of his deep voice. I pick up my shot and down it. He paid for my drinks. So not only is he hotter than hell, but he's a gentleman as well. I should thank him for his kindness. I stand up straight and find myself tipping too far back. I'm going to fall directly on my ass. Hey, watch yourself. The man wraps an arm around my waist and keeps me from falling down. I turn around in his arms and rest my one free hand on his chest. He's so yummy. Thank you for paying for my drinks and for saving me. I bat my eyelash saying, no problem. Are you okay? Is there something stuck in your eye? Well, I guess I'm not doing it right. You really didn't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. You want to come sit with me for a drink? I say, smiling as seductively as I can manage at him. He gives me nothing in return. Instead, he leans over and picks up his drink while he looks me over like I'm a piece of trash. No, and honestly, with as sloppy as you are right now, drinking is the last thing you need to be doing. Good evening. He steps away from me, and I stand there staring at his back as he walks away. What a way to get turned down. I shrug, too drunk to care that I've been blown off. I grab Carrie's shot and make my way over to where she's sitting, staring at me with a completely shocked look on her face. Carrie, this is it for me. I'm not going to be able to wake up tomorrow if I keep on drinking. I sip on my beer as I slip her drink closer to her. She's still staring at me. What? Why are you looking at me like that? What the hell were you doing rubbing up on Percy Snow? Dread claws into my gut, and I put my hand over my mouth in case all the drinks I've managed to down in the past few hours decide to come back up. What are you talking about? I look back toward the bar, but of course he's not there. That man you were just rubbing up on was Percival Snow, the CEO of Snow Chronicles. Only you would throw yourself at one of the most eligible bachelors in the city. Carrie laughs at me. No way! Percival Snow owns one of the longest running newspapers in the country. And I just made a fool of myself. Oh, crap. I let my head fall down to the table with a thud. I'm not surprised you didn't recognize him. Honestly, has anyone ever gotten an interview with him? I don't think anyone besides the people that work for them has spoken to anyone in the Snow family for more than 2 generations. I've never seen anyone so secretive. Carrie shrugs and turns when a man wearing a denim shirt and cowboy hat taps her on the shoulder. There you go, Miss Billy Dawn. There's your cowboy. One more drink turns into 2 more, and by the time I realize just how drunk I am, I can barely walk straight. The goal of tonight was to drink enough to forget my woes. Mission accomplished. Keg Gardens is about 5 blocks away from the apartment complex that Carrie and I live in. The neighborhood is relatively safe, so I don't think twice about the 2 of us walking home together. Madison really missed out tonight. I got 3 guys' numbers. Carrie shows me her cell phone like I could magically peer into the phone software and pick out the 3 new numbers in there. Look at you, a regular lady Casanova. I hiccup and grab a hold of her as I stumble slightly. You're such a lightweight, Carrie jokes, wrapping an arm around my waist to hold me upright. Not my fault, I hiccup again. It's such a beautiful night out, at least I think it is. It might be the booze or the fact that I am pretty sure this was going to be the last good day I would have in a long while. But everything seems so much brighter than usual. And my music. Oh, it's buffering. All right, Miss Lady, come on. Come on, let's show Madison what she's missing. I smile right and pull out my own phone. What? No, don't call her now. It's so late. She's probably asleep, Carrie says. Hush. I'm not going to call her. I activate the camera on my phone and raise it in the air so we can take a selfie. Say cheese. I press the little red circle at the bottom of the screen. We stand there for a few seconds, just laughing and waiting. Hey, Dum Dum, did you press it? I think you're taking a video, Carrie says, but doesn't stop posing. Sugary shit! I think I am. I don't put the phone down or stop recording. I simply stare at it, waiting for it to take the photo. Carrie throws her head back with laughter and pulls my hand down to turn the phone off. Girl, you need a bed and water. Yes, to all of that. I slipped the phone back into my pocket, and the two of us walked the last 3 blocks to the apartment building, singing and swaying every step of the way. Tonight is a good night, but even in my intoxicated state, I know that tomorrow is going to be hell. One more chapter, then I'm done. Chapter 4, Ella. The sound of birds chirping outside my window sounds like nails scraping against my eardrum. I try to open my eyes, but even the effort it takes to move my eyelids makes me feel like my head is about to explode. I'll take death over this feeling. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but this is the worst I've ever felt in my life. What the hell would make me think I'd be able to drink that much? Carrie, shoot, I don't even remember getting in the house. I hope she made it upstairs okay. I forced my eyes open and the rays of the sun burn into my retinas like lasers. Kill me now. Just please kill me. I roll into my stomach to shield my eyes from the offensive light. I force my leg off the bed and my foot slams onto the floor, sending vibrations rippling through my body and into my head. Ugh! I reach out and almost knock over a strategically placed soup pot. After I get my body down to the floor, I crawl slowly out of the room and into the living room where I see Carrie still sound asleep on my couch. She has a pot in front of her face as well. I wonder whose ideal it was for us to do that. Whoever it was, we're smart. I roll over on my back, too tired to try and crawl back to my room. The sun is high in the sky, and even though my entire body is shaking, I'm pleasantly warm. I wonder when you're going to realize that you didn't make it into work, Carrie mutters out. Work? Work! Cocksicles! I pop up from the floor only to have my stomach lurch up even higher into my throat. The acidic taste of bile splashes at my throat, burning my nose and the backs of my eyes. I yank the pot in front of Carrie and get it under my mouth just in time. Girl, you're moving way too fucking fast for me. Carrie rolls over on the couch, her false eyelashes hanging at the corner of her turquoise blue eyes. I missed work. I can't believe I did this. I lean against the large soup pot, more upset with myself for being irresponsible than anything. Don't worry about it. Your boss called earlier and I told him the both of us had food poisoning. You're all taken care of. I look up at my wreck of a best friend and smile brightly at her. Oh, I don't deserve you. Yeah, I know. Carrie groans and flips over so she's laying back down on her stomach. What the hell happened last night? We went to Keg Gardens and proceeded to drink like we didn't have livers to think about. Then we walked the 5 blocks back home, completely ripped out of our minds, and then we collapsed here. I roll my eyes and my eyelids feel like sandpaper. Well, I could have figured that out. Yeah, Sherlock, would you have figured out that you tried to put the moves on Mr. Percy Snow last night? Fuzzy images of me falling all over Percy Snow start to filter into my mind, and all I want to do is go back to sleep and pretend this is all just a bad dream. Well, at least when I look back on my life, I can say I met a billionaire. I sit up cross legged on the floor in front of the couch. More like tried to fuck a billionaire. Carrie chuckles slightly before she groans and puts a hand on her head. I spy my bag in the corner on the floor and I slowly make my way over to it. Little by little, I'm starting to feel a bit better. Pull out my phone just to see if Sam's called again. Rarely take any time off, so I'm not really concerned about missing the day. If he's going to fire me because I'm not up some celebrity's ass, then he can deal with me taking a sick day. I scrolled through my messages and missed calls, seeing a few from Larry and a text message from my mother. I'm starving. Can you order us some food? The greasier, the better. Carrie mumbles from the couch. I burp. Just the thought of eating something right now makes me want to retch. But I know that I'll feel even better quicker once I do. I put in a DoorDash order and close out the app. I vaguely remember us sending Madison a video. I hope it wasn't too embarrassing. I pull up my photo gallery and scroll through the photos taken last night. I'm going to burn every single one of them. I'm kissing someone on the cheek and Carrie is mimicking squeezing her nipples. Another photo is of me with my head down on the table and a straw hanging out of my mouth. There's a video of Carrie and I in the bathroom putting on our little concert and following the video we made for Madison. Both of our eyes are glassy and we're saying something to each other as we smile dumbly up at the phone that's not taking any pictures. I can't believe I got this drunk. I guess it's true what they say about you only living once, right? In the background of the video, I see a trio of men standing behind the Keg Gardens. That wouldn't be strange to me, but even from the video, they all look tense as hell. One of them I know just from the ridiculous neon orange color of his hair. Duck. He's the biggest troublemaker on the block. For the most part, drugs aren't very prevalent in our neighborhood, though if anyone is looking for a fix, Duck is who they call. He's been in jail quite a few times for drug possession and a few times for assault. From what I found out about him, the only reason he's not buried under the jailhouse right now is because his father had managed to throw his money around to get him off. The joys of the privileged, I guess. No way! I zoom in further to see the rest of the group of people Duck is with. The suit, jacket, and hair. I can only see the profile, and it's a bit grainy, except thanks to the technology advancements of iPhone cameras, I can still see who Duck is dealing with. Percy Snow. I would never in all my life thought that someone as prim and proper as Percy Snow would come down here to scratch his itch. I rewind and watch the video carefully over and over. I watch the three of them talk, though I don't know what they're saying. It seems intense. Percy reaches into his back pocket to pull out what looks like a wallet and a wad of cash. He hands it over to Doug, who nods and reaches out his hand to shake Percy's. After the small interaction, Percy and the other man I can't recognize walk over to the car while Doug goes in the opposite direction. The deal is done. The car pulls out of the parking lot and drives in our direction, letting me know the make and model along with the license plate. My reporter brain instantly starts working. I never understand how criminals don't protect their information better. With these small details, I'd be able to find out for sure who the other person is. I shrug and close out of the video. It's not something for me to waste my time on. Who cares if Percy does drugs or hangs around with someone who does? All the celebrities and privileged have their vices. Why shouldn't he be allowed his? He's my celebrity. How can I be so stupid? I need to capitalize on this. I'd spent all last night trying to forget about my problem. My job is riding right now on me being able to get a mind blowing story. Getting an interview with the elusive Percival Snow would be just that. I'd never run a story about his drug use, especially since I have no real evidence. Besides, the fact that he's paying a known drug dealer, but I could use this information to get him to talk to me. The entire Snow family is as private as they come. Getting an interview with the CEO of Snow Chronicle could be the highlight of my career. No one has ever been able to get one, and with this shady video, I may have exactly what I need to push him into helping me out. Carrie, I did it. I'm a freaking genius. I shake her leg and she kicks me off. Please stop moving me. I'm one good jerk away from throwing up my soul. With great effort, she sits up on the couch and wipes a hand down her face, finally pulling the false eyelashes off. Now, what are you talking about? I explained to her my plan to use the video to get Percy to do an interview with me, expecting her to be as excited as I am. Instead, she cringes. What? Why are you giving me that look? My shoulders slump and drop my hands into my lap. Ella, I know you. You're nosy, persistent, and downright annoying sometimes when you're sniffing out a story. But I've never pegged you for someone who blackmails someone in order to get your way. Are you truly this desperate? I hear what she's saying. So far in my career, I've managed to keep myself on the right side of ethics. Blackmailing someone is so far over the line. I know. I mean, I'm not actually going to do it, but he doesn't have to know I'm bluffing. I waggle my eyebrows and Carrie burst out laughing. You're a mess, Ella. This is going to be fun. I can tell already. The doorbell rings and the smell of greasy egg sandwiches wafts through the door. Time to get over this horrible hangover and get on with the first steps of my research. Contact information. I've never blackmailed anyone before, but I'm assuming letting them know should be a high priority. All right, ladies, that does it. So that gets you the first 4 chapters. Go read the rest of it. I mean, go download it because you've got, all right, 2 days before Christmas. And it's going to be freezing, so you're not going to be able to get out and about unless you're Billy, because she's probably like that. Oh, and Pebbles. I mean, they live in snow weather. But the rest of this world that does not live where it snows and does not get below 40 degrees very often, we're going to be hibernating, so we're going to be reading all weekend. Go get the book. I've read 2 great books this week already for you. I've got you started on both of them. Go get them. Go read them. Riley Rae, thank you, my darling, for letting me read it. Great book. Great change. I still like my motorcycles. All right, everybody. Please have a wonderful, beautiful Christmas. Happy Hanukkah if you're Jewish, but I don't think anyone on here is Jewish. I think everybody on here is Christian. I think. Either way. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy holidays. Be safe. Stay warm. Think of those around you that might need to be checked on during this cold weather. Bring your critters indoors. Don't let them freeze. Grab your fur panties. You're going to need them in the morning. You're going to need them for the next couple of days. All right. Love you guys. Check my channel Christmas Eve. There might be, if I come out of hibernation for a few minutes, there might be something on there. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me on here. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas and happy reading.